We all share the impulse to make all things new. We all share in that impulse to bring vitality and to bring life to dead and broken places. And we all share in that impulse to renovate, repair, and bring new things to light. We all share that impulse. And like all good impulses that come from God and that are in us, they start from the beginning of time and they last through the end of time. The creation was subjected to frustration. Not willingly, but by the will of the one who subjected it. You guys remember the curse from Genesis chapter 3. God subjected it to frustration in hope that the creation itself will be liberated from its bondage to decay. So what happened to creation? It was cursed. And how was it cursed? It all of a sudden became in bondage to decay. And you see this in creation, don't you? You see rust, you see disease, you see our bodies are failing us, right? My knees are failing me, my body is failing me. I'm like, what is going on with my body? Well, I'm getting old, right? Something happens when we get old. Something happens in creation as well. You see things decay, you see things fall apart. You see that not just with our bodies, you see that also with our trees, our parks. It needs maintenance, it needs to be tended. And this is why the charge to make all things new is so important, because the curse didn't just land on us, it landed on God's good creation. And how will it be liberated from that bondage? And that's what Paul says, that eagerly waiting for it to be liberated from its bondage to decay. I'm going to tell you how. God's going to do it, yes. He's going to do it through his power, absolutely, but he's not going to do it alone. He's going to do it through us. God is going to make all things new, and how is he going to do it? Well, Romans 8 says, it will be brought into the freedom and glory of the children of God. And I think what that means, partly, is that it will be brought into the freedom from bondage to decay by the children of God. Will God make all things new? He will. Will he do it alone? No. He will do it through you and me. So the important thing to take from this is that our impulse to make all things new is so important, because this world that we live in our bodies too, in our human relationships too, but yes, also God's good creation is in bondage and decay. And one of the ways that we can relieve not just human relationships, but its frustration is for us to help liberate it as children of God. That's the point. The point is that nothing you do on this earth, if it's done to the glory of God, all of that stuff that you do to the glory of God matters. All of it. Because this earth will be the same earth that we walk at the very, very end of time. Now, it will be different in that it won't be subject to the frustrations that it's subjected to now, but it will be that same earth, and we will still have probably country music, and we will still have lots of the good things that we experience here. Guess what? We will get to eat too, because what's the first thing that happens in the new heavens and the new earth? Does anybody know? It's a wedding supper. And that's not a figurative one, that's actually a physical one. Man, you can eat and you can get stuffed, and probably in your new bodies you won't get fat. Who knows, right? Who knows what the reality of it will look like? But physical things, there's nothing bad necessarily about the physical. No good thing will be destroyed at the end. And here's the implication that I want to get to you today. That impulse to make all things new is so important, so important, because everything that you do here on earth matters. That's why Gary prayed that beautiful prayer that Jesus told his disciples to pray, that his will would be done on earth as it is in heaven. Why would it matter that his will is done here on earth if this earth didn't matter? If we were just souls going to heaven, why would it matter? Why would he say take care of the poor if it didn't matter? If it didn't matter to relieve their suffering right now, because everything that we do to make all things new, to bring vitality, to bring life into dead and broken places, could last. Whenever we see things happen, oftentimes we think, well, God will wipe every tear away in the end, and it'll be all fine. No! Everything that you do here on earth matters. Don't turn a blind eye to the things that you see in your neighborhood, in your city, and on the news. You do something, because when God rescued us from sin and death, When God rescued us from those things and was raised to life and made us new creations, guess what? He recommissioned us to this call again. Make all things new. By